Booyah! What's up, Patreon? This is Gary. Quickie Nooner here. So I've been at the doctor's office all morning getting x-rays. I have no idea what's going on. My back hurts like hell at times. It hurts when I sit down. That's why I was squirming last live stream and just kind of out of it. God, I almost pulled it, but I guess people were okay with it. I was just, yeah. So, yeah, I fell off a ladder a few days back, cleaning out my gutters. And yeah, I mean, I've hurt my back before. I've kind of always had a bad back for 20 years. Just kind of live with it. It comes and goes, comes with age. It's no big deal. This one's a little different, so it doesn't hurt when I stand. So I'm getting a standing desk to do the next live stream. Otherwise, like tomorrow's might be like an hour. I don't know. I'm certainly I can do videos at the Orville video. I had to do that in like 10-minute increments and get up and for like an hour. That's why it took forever. So enough of that. It's going to be kind of choppy the next couple weeks while I streamline everything, get the rest of the packages out. Some more went out today. The comics are going to take a little longer because before I was shipping those things priority, which killed me financially. So I'm going to get a big thing going to where I'm going to send it out either probably first class, not media mail for first class. So you'll still get it pretty fast, but it's a little cheaper on me. And I got that idea. So it's going to be an envelope kind of like this one. And yeah, so that'll go out and we'll get the comics out to you. I'm going to try to throw in an extra 2. You'll get an extra 2 just comics to read, and it'll be just kind of like me randomly picking them. And then eventually, we're shooting for March 1st to change the tiers a little bit, and it'll be cheaper, and you're still going to get stuff. T-shirts are coming. Everything's behind a little bit, but I will have the T-shirts ready for Friday night for the rollout for that. It'll be on Teespring for the regular T-shirt. I'm trying to think of something else fun, but I can't right now. It'll come to me eventually, though. I'm looking down at my messages. This Friday, I am going to be on Alec Peters from Axonar has kindly asked me to be on a podcast of his with JP from Egotastic Fun Time and Brian from Popcast. I have said yes. It sounds fun. We're going to talk about Star Trek. I think we're all like-minded to some extent about Star Trek Discovery, me probably being on the extreme side to people like be willing to I am completely unwilling. There's no way the show can turn around in my mind. But there's people who still think that, and that's cool. We can have a conversation and it'll be very civil. Yeah. Honestly, the only name calling I'm seeing is towards me, and that's fine. That's where it belongs. I don't particularly like the name calling to Susan. That's beginning to irk me a little bit. And yeah. So I'm going to be a little less accommodating to that in the future. So, I mean, if people don't like a host or anything, you can certainly say you don't like the host. That's not anything I'm gonna. But when it gets to name calling and personal stuff, I honestly don't care if that pisses people off. That shit can't go. I wouldn't put up with it with Dennis, and I would have put up with it with John, and I'm not going to put up with it with Susan. And none of you guys do it. You guys are brilliant, and I like Susan. She's cool as hell, man. And she's been here for the channel ever since she got on board. She shares everything, and I don't ask her to do any of this stuff. She has been our biggest cheerleader along with you guys, and I can't thank her enough. And yeah, so I really appreciate that. So, I try to read every comment. I usually read the ones I get in the morning, and I noticed a couple, and I just deleted, gone into the air. But I don't want to make it sound like I shut down what you guys say. What you guys say. You could certainly be critical of me, and it is totally okay, as long as it's not badgering or trolling. But you could certainly. It's okay to disagree with me on stuff, and I actually like to hear that a lot because it keeps me in check too. Believe me, Mrs. Nerdrotic keeps me in check. God, sorry, I gotta switch position here. All right, little coffee. So yeah, the crappy thing about being sober is sometimes you have to be sober. right? No fun pain medication or anything, and you just got to suck it up, and that's fine. They gave me these ibuprofen horse pills, which don't do shit. So yeah. God, I wish I had a hot tub though. It'd be great to have a hot tub. Oh, but hot showers. Hot showers help. My water bill's going to be way up this week. So as far as the oh man, the Umbrella Academy. Holy shit, I'm loving it. Loving the hell out of it. Now, I don't know if Viking bitch is out there, but Steve Blackman is associated with Fargo and Legion, and it's nice to see that it wasn't just Noah Hawley. I think we were giving him, I mean, he deserves all the credit in the world, but I was totally forgetting Steve Blackman, and Steve Blackman seems like not a poor man's Noah Hawley, a more linear Noah Hawley, and I love everything about the only thing I didn't love was the bad dad trope that was overused. I mean, it's certainly from the comics, but we had another dad being hit over the head with a hammer. That is the 6th time. You'll see when my video comes out, 6 times in the last 10 years, a father has been hit over the head with a hammer and murdered by their son. I looked for similar circumstances with a daughter and a mother and couldn't find any. And that's the deal. I'm not saying you can't portray that in film. I am totally for portraying anything in film because it's pretend. I don't mind. And I think sometimes it's okay to portray stuff like that in art because I think it does serve a purpose. I think it shows the ugliness of it. I think if it's portrayed as a truly ugly act, which it is, and not glorified, I think it does. You know what? A great instance of that is in Game of Thrones at the end of I hate even talking about it. It disturbs me so much. But at the end of the 4th season, when the Viper gets his head squashed by the mountain, and it's horrific, and you see this brilliant warrior who everybody loved just go down screaming. It was highly disturbing, and that's the way it should be. And that's probably one of the best presentations of violence I've ever seen, to the point where I didn't want to see it again. His head got squashed like a grape. It was disgusting. And it ruined a date night with me and Melissa. Did I ever tell that story? We were going on a date and we were going to watch Game of Thrones first, and we watched that episode. And after we watched the episode, we're like, I don't want to go out. I'm not fucking hungry. It killed any. It was so funny. I think I even tweeted at George back then. I'm like, dude, you killed my date night, even though it wasn't his fault. Because I don't remember it being that graphic in the book. I remember him getting just a fist in the face. A male. He has the mail on his fist, and he just got his face crushed in. So, oh shit, out. Yeah. So violence is meant, but the bad dad trope, whatever. But Umbrella Academy, while it might be slow to some, I'm really digging the family drama. I'm into all the characters. The kid playing number 5, holy shit, is he good? Wow, is he actually every single one of the kids? Ellen Page looks like she's living kind of what did this is Melissa's words, not mine. Okay. Melissa's quote to Ellen Page: looks like she's living that hard lesbian lifestyle. Because Ellen Page is younger. She still looks great, and she's really, really fucking good in this. And everybody is. I have just finished. What episode was I on? 7th episode. I just finished The Day That Never Was. Fuck, it's good. It's good. I don't remember liking the comic this much, to be honest with you. I liked it. And the second one's really good too. So if we get a second season, the thing is, there's only 3. I think there's only 3. This might inspire them to make another one though, but can't recommend Umbrella Academy enough. I can also highly, highly recommend Doom Patrol. Doom Patrol was just great. I've watched it twice now. Even though it's a pilot and it suffers from some of the pilot editing a little bit, like obvious characterization, like somebody walks in a room and goes, hi, you're the really strong person that's made of metal that somebody had to put a brain in that from a car accident, like something like nobody people wouldn't say to each other. Like basically every line in Star Trek Discovery, like when Stamets, goes into the containment chamber to go in the mycelium network, and he looks at Michael Burnham and goes, "This is the only safe place where the mycelium network connects to our universe," because Michael Burnham knows that because she's been in the damn chamber before a million times. So yeah, why did he say that? Well, for the audience. And they don't need to do that, by the way. So yeah, I like both of those things. And Battle Angel. Battle Angel was fun. I would say out of the three, if I was asked to compare them for some stupid reason, I would say Umbrella Academy number one, Doom Patrol number two, and then Alita Battle Angel. But Alita Battle Angel was fun. Was fun movie. Would I pay full price to see it? I'm pretty cheap. I mean, the only thing I would pay full price to see is Avengers 4, to be honest with you. Everything else is matinee. Oh, damn it. Yeah. So let's. I don't even know if anybody's here. I'm super late. I know Mary was asking about it. Let's get to you guys in the chatty watty. I've been asked a lot about the Vic stuff. Apparently some really weird shit happened today. Like, you know the meme. Oh, there you are. Hi, people. That escalated quickly. So, the Vic Mignogna, Vic Mignola, Vic Mignana. Oh shit! Hang on, guys. Sorry, I left my dogs outside. One moment. Big dogs. Where was I? Hi, chat. How's it going? I'll turn my camera on in a second. The Hunky Chunky Funky Monkey. How are you feeling, Hunky Chunky Funky Monkey? I shouldn't even be complaining about shit. That's why I'm really cautious to do it, because I know some of you out there are suffering from like some real shit. So my heart goes out to you, my friend. Hope everything is good. Liam Hodgetts, it's good to see you. Chris Persia, our newest wrench. Hunky Chunky Funky Monkey, I'm making you a wrench too. Actually, everybody here. So Liam, if I forget, remind me, please. But Hunky Chunky Funky Monkey, you are now a moderator on the Nerdrotic channel. So are you, Liam. So, and Chris is as well. Yeah, thanks, guys. No obligations, guys. Show up when you can. No wrenches are obligated to show up at all. I just figure I'll make enough, and that should cover it. And and the only thing I ask is, I trust you, so I'm not going to ask anything. Do what you feel is right. Okay. Do what you feel is right. And again, there's no obligation. You don't have to use it at all. It's just simply my thank you to you for your loyalty. Taking notes, Doom Patrol and Umbrella Academy. Yeah, watch Umbrella Academy, but stick with it. Okay. And if you're not a fan of Legion, then I'm going to say you probably wouldn't be a fan of this. But if you're a fan of Wes Anderson, if you're a fan, imagine Wes Anderson meets the X-Men, which is kind of like Legion, to be honest with you. But it's a little more linear than Legion. Okay. So yeah. Yeah. All right. Camera's back on. What else was I going to say? Because this can't be super long today. Oh, many thanks to you guys. Okay. Many thanks to you guys. It's pronounced Smith. Ouch. Fuck. Don't make me laugh. Fucking funky chunk. Funky monkey motherfucker. Ow. Well done. Well played, sir. You made me laugh and you hurt me all at the same time. It hurts so good. Hunky chunky funky monkey. All right. So the Vic thing. I've been asked about the Vic thing. I'm staying the fuck out of the Vic thing because it's getting weird and really, and it is it out of fear. I don't want to get swatted. So I'm gonna have to do that now. I'm gonna have to go to the police department and say, "Hi, I'm a YouTuber," and there's the swatting thing, and they're probably gonna laugh me out of the police department because I live in a city that at any given time, I know the population's 1 million, but at any given time, there's like 2 to 3 million people here from outside, and they don't file police reports for theft anymore. You have to do it online. They won't come to your house. The only thing they'll come to your house for is violence. Like you have to say somebody's bleeding or somebody's been hit, and they will come out. Other than that, they ain't coming. Your car gets broken into, file a report online. You're on your fucking own. And that's why robberies and burglaries have gone up. That's why I'm going to move someday. But okay. With the Vic situation, Remfamous put out a tweet. Some of you may know who she is. She is a troll. She is 100% an attention whore troll. Is she anybody? She's kind of like Ariana Huffington. She used to be on one side of the political aisle, and then all of a sudden she just flipped because she found she wasn't making traction on one side and started making traction on the other. And all of a sudden, Joe Quesada from Marvel Comics started liking her tweets and wishing her happy birthday, which really led into part of my decision to want nothing to do with comic books anymore. So yeah, not a fan of Remfamous. She just likes to stir up trouble. So she put out a tweet, basically saying that if you've ever been targeted or if you're a follower of Geeks and Gamers, the Quartering, EVS, and Yellow Flash, you should go to the police department and ready yourself because you're in danger of being swatted. Basically, I'm paraphrasing what she said. It was based on a fake tweet. A tweet that said somebody had been swatted, but they reused some pictures, and it was a fake tweet. But she used that opportunity to insert herself because comics wasn't bringing her enough attention. So she wants to start calling out the Quartering, and particularly the Quartering and Geeks and Gamers, and she wants to wiggle her way into the Star Wars Phantom Menace thing, maybe through EVS. I don't know, and I don't care. That's the only reason. I guess she didn't take the tweet down. The Quartering basically asked her to bring it down this morning. I was watching this whole drama thing, and it's like, God damn it. Wouldn't it suck to get swatted over not liking Star Trek or something like that? I mean, I can't imagine it. I don't think it would actually happen, but you can't be too safe. I got a kid, so I got to think about stuff like this. As a father and as fellow parents know, you have to sometimes think of things in extremes because you don't want to be caught with your pants down if the worst case scenario does actually happen. So I'm going to have to go do that now. Like I said before, things are going to be choppy over the next couple weeks as far as like, I'm still going to do the nooners, but I can't really schedule them at this point. I'm just going to do them when I can because of time. But things should be back to normal once this whole streamlining thing is done. It's going to take a couple weeks, but it can be done. Yes, Wes Anderson meets the X-Men. It's really, Liam, is it available on your Netflix? It should be, right? You're in the UK. So I don't know if we get stuff first, that's not fair. That's lame. Why would you release it differently? Maybe there's different rights, but it's on Netflix. Yes, and the Hunky Chunky Funky Monkey, you are right. She is trying to insert herself into another area now because she got ruined on that interview in the comics field. She pretty much got exposed for not knowing that much. I really question how much she knows about comics, considering what I heard. I watched that whole interview, and it sounds like she just started reading comics like a couple of years ago, maybe in the last 5 years, but not this lifelong comic book fan, especially when she started coming out and blaming shop owners. Listen, I have been critical of shop owners too, but she didn't know what she was talking about. Like, I mean, everything she said about retailing was wrong, was absolutely wrong. Yeah, so I agree with you. She's trying to make herself relevant again. Okay, so Liam, you're in the UK, and it should be available. Yes, watch it right now, right fucking now. It takes a while to get going, but Liam, did you like Legion? I mean, that sound like, hey kid, do you like time travel? Do you like superheroes? This is a show for you, you know. Gary, have you enough to handle with a Star Trek? Yeah, anything comic release, leave the Vic thing to EVS, Jeremy, Yellow Fashion Tug. It is in good hands with those guys, Chris. You are right. I could not add anything further to the conversation. That Tug, who person I respect quite a bit. Yellow Flash is good. EVS is great. Jeremy's great. They're champs at that stuff. I'm gonna stay the hell out of it. I hope they understand why. I understand the importance of it, but I mean, it's just if this is a false claim and this guy got is false claims on men or women or I mean, it's just terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. Internet mobs. Haven't seen Legion. Next on my list. Okay, cool, excellent. Well, try the Umbrella Academy. Let me know what you think. I'm loving it. I am freaking. And Doom Patrol was quite such a different, so different in tone from Teen Titans. Like, it's a completely different show. It, for one, you can see everything. The superheroes actually do stuff. They're in costume. Elastigirl. I don't think they're calling her Elasti-Woman, not Elastigirl, probably but she is fucking great in it. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, it was really nice to see 3 good things over the weekend. You can tell I'm in a very good mood because of that. So I liked Alita. I thought it was a fun movie. And Rosa Salazar was so good in it. She made the movie. If it's just because the CG wasn't great, but her performance kind of shined through it. It was really good. Yeah. Did you see that Huggy Chucky Funky Monkey? Did you see the follow up when EVS went on Kevin Logan? He killed him, dude. Oh man, that probably just flatlined the poor kid's sub count. Yeah, that's why you don't want to pick at people. Okay. I talked about that yesterday. I got mentioned in a Lore Reloaded video, and I'm not going to say it didn't sting a little bit because like Laura and I were supposed to do something together and I've been, totally open with the guy. And, listen, I listened to the video and it didn't accuse me of anything. It just lumped me in with something, which, I that's fair. It's fair to lump me in with that stuff. But he didn't make any associations with that name, but he did. And this is why I don't make videos about, because what he did was he was trying to slyly do a commentary on the toxicity in the Star Wars fan or Star Trek fandom, which I maintain is just fandom. That this toxicity has always been there. And to the people who are new to this or just didn't go to cons or didn't go on forums or anything like that, this is how it's always been. This is how it will always be. Maybe fandom isn't for everybody. That's what I'm saying. So, but putting toxic on your title and then having me being mentioned in your videos associates me with it. So, yeah, I'm not going to make a response. Lore took the video down. Lore talked about, he put out apology to Anti-Trekker, not to me. And that's fine. And he took the video down, and I stick to, I will not do a response. My only response was on the live stream, which I will repeat here. I just noticed when other YouTubers call out other YouTubers, it's rarely about toxic fandom or Star Trek. It's about the YouTuber's personal sub count and maybe how it's stagnated. And maybe there's some jealousy, or maybe they're trying to figure it out in the ether. I don't know. All I know is the 3 people who have insinuated stuff about me, it was right when I was getting close to them or passing them. And like, guys, sorry. I mean, like, I don't care. I just, I would say mind your own business. I don't talk about other people. I don't attack other people. It's just mind your own business, man. I mean, go ahead if you want. And again, I'm not going to copyright strike anybody, and they can make documentaries about me or whatever. And I don't assume they will, because I go through long periods of being very uninteresting. So, there you go. We'll find out. But Lors, it seems like a nice guy, and I'd certainly go on his channel, and he can come on my channel again. That's fine. I got nothing against him. It was just curious. Like where'd that come from? And then I look into it and I know where it came from. The same as Mrs. Tardis Reviews. When he did his video, it was right when I passed him. And there's another channel who I just won't even mention. It was right when I passed them. It's like, that's not a coincidence. Okay. So like, don't come out with a video like, I am actually above the whole toxic argument and I'm just here trying to be reasonable, when you're really just kind of miffed that you're not connecting with your audience anymore. Personal issue. And that's Bulls Trex quotes, by the way. He is going to be on the channel soon. He is cool dude. I like him a lot, so I can't wait to get him on. And we're going to have more people on. So starting in a couple weeks, this is some very good news. I'm going to start bringing you guys on Friday Night Tights. And what I want to do is Penn Farm Girl came up with this idea, so I give her full credit. And we're going to start bringing you on in segments, and in certain instances, once we get kind of warmed up to it, we'll bring you on for the whole show. Maybe we'll see how it goes. And yeah, we'll just start bringing on some patrons. It'll be probably part of a level or something like that, but I'll also pick people. The first person I'd love to bring on is we've had Viking Bitch on, but I want to bring Penn on. She's got a good voice for it. She's really kind of a natural. But yeah, bring you guys on for certain topics. I think that'd be pretty fun. And maybe we can like do 2 or 3 of you on a Friday night, so we can have you for a certain amount of time. And then, it'd be fun. I think that'd be cool. So that's going to start in a couple weeks. I got to just get the process down. I'm going to try to make it as fair as possible, and everybody will get eventually. I mean, it's going to take a lot of time, but everybody will eventually get an opportunity if you are down with it. If you're not comfortable with it, that is totally okay. I understand. And if you do get chosen, don't feel any pressure. Just be yourself, have fun. And yeah, nobody's going to rake you over the coals or anything. It's just the 3 of us talking on a camera, and there's, sometimes a few hundred people watching. But they're usually very, very supportive. You got a good crowd here. So we'll get Matt on, we'll get Chris on, we'll get the Hunky Chunky Funky Monkey on, we'll get Liam on. It'll be cool. It'll be fun. We'll hang, but on the channel, on the mothership. So yeah. You're right. The only toxicity present is generated from Hollywood and its shill outlets. That's where this all started. Honestly, this stuff has always been there, but it's been dialed up to 10 because it's been perpetuated by, listen, Ryan Johnson has been abused on Twitter. You want to know why? Because he started it. I hate to sound like it, but there's a lot. John Campea reiterated his tweet on his freaking YouTube channel, dude. And this is what these guys are about. They're the guy who comes up behind you, smacks you in the head, and when you turn around and go, "What the fuck, buddy?" They go, "What are you getting so violent for? What are you threatening me for?" That's the kind of guys they are. They want to play the victim after they smack somebody over the head. Yeah. So that's why Rian Johnson gets a lot of shit. It's because the only thing people were saying before was he did a shitty job directing a movie, which is fair game. You want all the accolades of being a director. Well, there's another side to that coin. That's a double-edged sword. When you take on a big franchise and you blow it as much as you have, yes, you're going to get shit. And now Rian Johnson, George Lucas loves the fact that Rian Johnson exists. Just like the Ewoks were happy that Jar Jar exists, and that's why Jar Jar is really happy Rose Tico exists. It's fair game. Personal attacks started coming around. I mean, like, listen, there were people personally attacking him first, but not many. But they started when he started popping off, and then John Campea calls. I left one thing out. He calls Star Wars fans fucking twats, cousin humpers, and basement dwellers. I'm like, oh wow. But this is the guy talking about toxicity. Okay, cool. I'm not saying you can't say it. You can say that stuff all day long, but don't just like smack people on the head and then when they turn around and say fuck you, go what? Come on. Come on now. But yeah. But again, I think that was well planned by John Campea to insert himself because he is not getting traction on his channel anymore. So I think this was deliberate. He saw an opportunity. He took it to get some attention, to get inserted back in that argument again, and on and on and on it goes. Hey, he's got his channel. He needs clicks too. And I didn't know Rob Burnett was such buddies with him. So yeah, that's dicey. I just subscribed to his channel, but if John Campion is going to start popping up on it, it's like, no, thanks. Well, I'm hateful for giving bad reviews to a TV show. Then I guess all those critics on Rotten Tomatoes were too. Yeah. So I'm gonna wrap it up, but the getting you guys on Friday night is going to be a lot of fun. I am looking forward to that, and we can just kind of shoot the shit and yeah, talk about the day's news or whatever, and just or you can what we can do is bring you on, and we can talk about what you want to talk about. So you pick the subject, and we'll talk about it. Did you see the early Captain Marvel reviews? Looks like the plot to justify the low numbers when it comes out. Looks like a ploy to justify the low numbers when it comes out. I have not seen them. I have Matthew Matson. Yeah, Farscape is coming. I know I've delayed that because of the doctors, but I need to get my notes ready and stuff. But I think in a couple of days we're going to do that. I got to get in touch with Viking Bitch and see if she'll come on with me. I haven't. I heard that there was a bunch of bot reviews, and so this is what they do. They get the friendlies out for a screening. They did this with Star Trek Discovery. They do this with all the movies now. It's a marketing ploy. They get friendlies who are from social media. I know some of these people to go out and they don't have to ask them shit. They know they're going to go, that was the greatest thing I ever saw, and I'll get invited to the next screening. It's payola. It's payola. So yeah, I would wait until what's the date? Well, I'm going to see it on the 7th. I'll let you know if it's good. I'll fucking tell you it's good. Listen, I'm looking forward to seeing Skrulls. This might be the first time I am ever going to see a movie for the villain. I'm not seeing it for Brie. I honestly, I'm like, I know what they're going to do with the Nick Fury character, and I'm not looking forward to it. But to see the Skrulls and see some of the Kree, god damn, I love the whole Kree Skrull thing. I'd say my single favorite thing in comics is anything that has involved Jim Starlin. Anything that's involved Jim Starlin, I love with a childhood passion. If they screw this up, I'll be so mad. So far, they've dealt with the Kree pretty well, and the Nova Corp and Guardians of the Galaxy. God, it sucks that they killed them off screen. I think they're going to eventually show that, but yes. Oh, by the way, I found somebody asked me who I would cast as Superman, and instead of Henry Cavill, the guy playing Luthor in Umbrella Academy, give him some dark hair. There's your Superman. He was in the 11th hour. Remember, he was in the 11th hour Doctor Who. He was the one where Matt Smith caught him looking at porn on his fucking laptop and told him to clear his internet history. Look at his face, though. Look at his face. He's got even though he's British, he's got an all-American Superman face, and he's big, so he can yoke up. You just dye his hair dark and up and away. There's your Superman. And he's great in the Umbrella Academy. Yeah, go Team Skrull. That's pretty much what I'm about. All right. I'm gonna wrap this one up. I've got videos to make and packages to send, and it is 2 o'clock. So the day burning daylight, as Pop used to say. All right, everybody. You have a good day. I'll be back on Thursday at some point in time. Oh, wow. Now I'm not going to be able to stop anything because this isn't working. That's weird. Totally froze up. Everything froze up. That happened to Doomcock too. All right. We'll have to just do this. All right. We're going to just end it this way. Oh, man. Everything's frozen. That's weird. I cannot have this happen to my computer. So we just end it the hardcore way. We really end it. Bye-bye. And